Yo, it's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. We got HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles, episode number 4, a live stream, a watch party for the Los Angeles Chargers and the Los Angeles Rams. It's about to come on here in about 13 minutes. Hop in the room and join your boy, and let's talk some NFL and watch the HBO Hard Knocks episode 4. I've been waiting all day to kind of tune in to see what's going to happen. The news and the headlines so far that Kansas City Chiefs get their Super Bowl ring, so that was exciting. I got to take a look at some of the pictures and videos that a lot of my friends and people on Twitter have been kind of sending them over to me. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Mixon gets that $48 million extension, well-deserved. Joe Burrow needs his right-hand man to be able to get that team rolling, especially with A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and the rest of the crew. Some sad news for the Raiders. Tyrell Williams, season-ending injury on IR. That's not good. So obviously for Carr, he needs all his weapons. I love Josh Jacobs. I love Darren Waller. Raiders. But having a torn shoulder labrum, not good. So we saw Derwin James go out for the year yesterday. Now we got Tyrell Williams out. So I feel bad for anyone and everyone that's done a fantasy football draft prior to a couple days before the season starting. I know a lot of people like to jump the gun. I typically like to do it about the weekend before, just in case there's some signings or some new news, maybe some movement with guys like Leonard Fournette. Obviously, the period has passed where no one picked him up on waivers, so he is available to sign with any team. I'm really hoping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will give him a call. I don't think it's likely, but I definitely would take him with open arms. Keyshawn Vaughn, my rookie, Rojo, and then I got Sean McCoy. But let's be honest, Leonard Fournette is better than all of them. But the biggest headline, AK-41, right? AK-41, Alvin Kamara, the rumors, does he want more money? Yes. Are the Saints going to give him the money? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if he's going to get that money because he wants to get paid like Run CMC. He's not going to get that Run CMC money. You know, Run CMC is better, right? I was having this conversation with some Saints fans earlier today. I love AK-41, right? The alien, right? But bottom line, Run CMC at this point to me is better. Saquon Barkley to me is better. Right, Zeke Elliott is better, but I still think AK-41 is amazing talent. But it's going to be interesting to kind of see where he goes. Of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could use someone like that, but I don't think they would be stupid enough to let someone go into the rival team in the NFC South, especially when we have dreams and aspirations of getting to the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. The Bears need a running back as well. But I'm excited for this HBO Hard Knocks. I wasn't able to do it last week, but I'm here now. Let me acknowledge everybody in the room. I hope everyone's having a great day. Lenny D in the building. Fly, Eagles, fly. God, the injuries just keep piling up for the Eagles. Now Carson Wentz is banged up for a little bit. It's just like you guys can't catch a break. It's like every single offensive lineman, then Carson Wentz, then Jalen Reagor. But at least the Wentz and Reagor isn't serious. So they'll be okay here in a couple days, in a couple weeks. But I hate seeing guys on a team like that get banged up so soon before the season's going to start. I mean, we're going to have so many season-ending injuries for many, many teams across the board. But I don't want to see anyone really go down. I want everyone to have an even playing field with all their superstars. But, I mean, this is NFL. This is a man's game, so shit happens. But I hope you're doing great, Lenny D. Fly, Eagles, fly. One of the best supporters on the channel. What it do? Ruiz, LA Rams. What it do, baby? Hopefully you're doing good. I'm here, baby. We're ready to do this Rams and Chargers. We'll see if they end up talking about Derwin James today. Only a couple more episodes left. I'm not sure if it's this episode and then another episode, or maybe this might be the last one, depending on, since, we're getting really, really close to the NFL season starting, and that's huge. Tracy in the building. Tyrell Williams out for the year. Raiders. And that's horrible. That's the last thing that you want. But what that does mean that guys like Renfro are going to have a big increase, not only in targets, but his numbers. So it'll be a chance for him to really show out and see what he can do. I'm excited for that. Odin's Child in the building. He said, I'll be back in a few. NXT. I know. There's all kinds of stuff going on. NXT today. You end up having AEW. That's the best right there, AEW, baby. Got to rep the shirt, and, they got the pay-per-view this Saturday. I might even buy it. I might buy the pay-per-view. I mean, the card looks very, very stacked, and they only have 4 pay-per-views a year, which I like. So there's a lot of news in wrestling. Brock Lesnar is a free agent. So we don't really know. Morrow, one of the announcers for NXT, is moving on. So there's a lot of AEW rumors, but things are good. We're getting really close for AEW pay-per-view this Saturday. WWE's slowly starting to get a little bit better to me for Raw and SmackDown and NXT. I love seeing Keith Lee on the main roster, which is fantastic. I got to see him an NXT TakeOver Portland, got a hand dap, got to talk to him in the front row when I went to that pay-per-view around February or March, really before coronavirus started popping off, which was super exciting to see where his career is going. And then, like I said, we got college football and NFL just right around the corner. Tracy says, Henry Ruggs time. Absolutely. Ruiz in the building. Says, can't wait for young Nola to come see me so I can talk my shit about AK-41. Don't worry, Lenny D. I've been talking shit to him all day, and I've been telling him, your time is up, man. And that's his favorite player. And I told him, there's doubters and there's people that aren't really as confident maybe as they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, the time is running out. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming. The Panthers are slowly getting better. We don't have any idea what the Falcons are going to do in the NFC South. There's a lot of competition in the NFC. But if AK-41, they say he got a shot in his back and he's going to show up. But the bottom line with him and his agent, I know he wants money. It would be really detrimental to that roster if he doesn't play week 1. Not having fans in the Dome, not having fans, with that Kansas City Chiefs, Houston Texans game, not having fans in the 12th man in Seattle. You can't tell me that's not going to make a difference. The fans make a difference, especially in Nolens, right, in the 504, in the NO. The fans are some of the most passionate in the whole entire NFL. So when the Dome is rocking, don't come a knocking. It's hard to win there. But if there's not going to be fans there, I love my chances. There might be some crowd artificial noise in there, but I really like my chances moving forward with that matchup. And the following matchup when they're going to end up playing me in my house later on in the season. So I'm excited for that. Should be definitely going to be one of those must-see TV moments for me, but I don't even know if it's going to be local for me, as we're getting closer and closer. They might show the Niners game where I'm at here because I'm in the West Coast and I'm in Oregon, so I might have to go to a bar. I might have to live stream just from my phone somewhere else where the game is on. Unless I end up buying the Sunday ticket package, I'm not sure if I have that kind of money. Before the season starts. I don't think I get paid. I think I get paid the day after. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do, but that game obviously is going to be on Sunday. Maybe I'll get paid Friday. So I'm not sure. That's a big chunk of my money, and I got to, pay bills and whatnot, but I definitely got to find a way to watch that Saints-Buccaneers game, the most anticipation that I've had in a long, long time. But a lot of news, you know what I mean? So you got Mixon gets his $48 million extension, well-deserved. I mean, the guy deserves the money. Like I said, he's not one of my favorite, top 5, top 10 backs. He gets a little bit too banged up, and he's a little injury-prone for me. I mean, if I'm going to go Joe Mixon, I'd rather go Dalvin Cook, personally. If we're going about backs that are similar, kind of shifty, smaller, they got some power, but they got some speed. But, Mixon still is one of those guys that wanted to be in Cincinnati long-term. So we'll see where it goes. Raiders, Tyrell Williams, Raiders. Season-ending IR, so I don't like that. Fournette, $4.1 million grievance versus the Jags. We don't know where he's going to end up. And the big news, AK-41, where will he land? Will he end up being with the Nylon Saints? I mean, shit, I'll take him on Tampa Bay. I mean, I think Nola would cry. I told him that's his favorite player. I said, you know what? If that ends up happening, bro, you are going to start crying and you're not going to get over it. So let me message him real quick because he doesn't get all the notifications. So let me know that and let him know that I'm live so he can come in here and we can talk some smack to him about AK-41. But, the Saints are still one of the best teams in the NFC, no doubt. But we know how Saints fans are, confident, sometimes overconfident, like to talk a lot of trash. But now with all these other good teams in the NFC, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, maybe the Cardinals and Rams are a little bit better, right? Then you got the Lions, the Packers, the Vikings, the Cowboys, the Eagles, maybe the New York Football Giants. No one is afraid, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see where things go. I see Joe Judge on the screen getting doused by his players, going for the fumble, which is great. So I absolutely love. So hold tight, grab your popcorn, enjoy, obviously, this HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles Episode 4 live stream watch party. We got about 4 minutes before it starts, so I'm happy that you guys are in here. I missed you guys. I hope everything is going great in your guys' lives with this coronavirus. It's one of those things that's just like, can we get over this thing already? I mean, can we finally just get over coronavirus and COVID and the masks and everything? But we got to take the proper precautions. I'm thinking this isn't going to be over until after, going after 2020. It might be spring of 2021 until, we're actually, from not wearing masks anymore and kind of getting back to normal. But it is what it is. But at least you give me some college football. I don't get my Oregon Ducks. I don't get my Big Ten. But at least I get some, Trevor Lawrence and some ACC, some Clemson. Give me some Bama. Give me some, SEC football. Give me the NFL. I'm not really that big on NBA. I mean, it's okay as we get closer to maybe the finals, Western finals, Eastern finals, that people will start tuning in. But I'm excited for this NFL. I mean, that's really what it's about. AEW, NFL, college football, and hopefully this WWE gets a little bit better as we get it going. But I hope everyone's doing great. Let's see here. Lenny D says, we not putting Wentz out there with an experimental O-line to get hurt for real. Damn right. That's facts. Ruiz says this should be the last one, of course, because the season starts next week, right? Next week, we already have the season starting on Thursday, so this should be the last one. Apologize, I wasn't able to do the live stream for episode 3, but my girlfriend had the stomach flu and was very, very sick for about 4 to 5 days, so I didn't get a chance to do the live stream, but we watched it together while she was not feeling well. But like I said, I'm here for the last one. I did episode 1, did episode 2, now we're doing the last episode 4. I love the idea that we got both of those teams in here, the Chargers and the Rams. Now I kind of feel with the Chargers, their chance might have passed them. Now with Derwin James being injured, they're not going to get Earl Thomas. They have Nasir Adderley that they can plug in with King and Chris Harris and a few of the other pieces in the secondary. But, there he is, Nola, AK-41. What's going to happen? Come to the Buccaneers, AK-41. You don't want to be with young Nola and the Nolans Saints. You want to go to a real team, a real contender, right? The Saints' time has passed. It's time to move on up, right, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my guy. I'm ready. He said the LA Squatters. But for the Rams, I am excited to see if the offensive line can overachieve. I'm really serious. I've seen some of the injury reports with Cooper Kupp and some of the pieces, so it scares me a little bit, Ruiz, but I am excited for Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Ramsey. That team in the NFC, based off the Los Angeles teams, they still have a legitimate shot. Everyone's talking about the Niners. Everyone's talking about Seattle. They're talking about Arizona with Kyler Murray, deservedly so. But under the radar, Los Angeles Rams, Detroit Lions, New York Football Giants. Don't be surprised if 1, 2, or 3 of those teams make the playoffs. Remember, there's going to be 3 wild cards this season, so we're not going to have 6 going in. We're having 7. There's an opportunity for teams to get in there. HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles episode motherfucking 4 live stream watch party with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. And you can follow us at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. And it's hoodie season, $39.99. Represent the Northwest Sports Fanatics with a brand new NWSF hoodie. And we're about to get this started. So turn on your TVs, crack a beer, get your popcorn ready. I'm ready, man. I'm excited. Let's get this thing started, baby. HBO Hard Knocks, Los Angeles, the Chargers, the Rams. Let's get it. 1 week away, baby. Let's go. Here we go. You better pray, Nola. I'm going to laugh so hard if they don't pay him and then he decides to dip. And the new Tampa Bay Buccaneer running back, Alvin Kamara, AK-41. You probably just stop watching football if that happened, Nola. That being your favorite player. You would stop playing. No, I think Retro, you guys are good. Like I said, he had a shot in his back. He wants the money, so if it's not a concern right now, it is going to be a concern because he wants to be paid as the number 1 running back in the NFL, and he's never going to get that money, not from that organization. So hopefully he's willing to take a little bit less, but I think, getting Mixon money is a little disrespectful to him. He wants that Run CMC money. But, he's a great player, like I was telling Nola earlier today. I mean, I think Saquon, Zeke, and Run CMC at this point in their careers are better. And I liked Mark Ingram a little bit more when he was with AK. But, they still have a great chance to make a deep run this season. That's facts. All right, baby, let's go. HBO Hard Knocks. Tune in. Sean McVay. Oh, now they're showing the... Oh, wow. Starting to show off like that. It's a crazy time that we're living in right now.
Are you kidding me? How crazy is that? Oh my God. It's you got two officers with one guy with no weapon. What the fuck is wrong with people?
I love it. So uncensored and so unfiltered.
And he shoots him 7 times. That is awful.
Yeah, damn right you could say that again. Los Angeles, Hard Knocks, episode 4, Chargers, Rams. This might be the last one. I've been waiting all day for this. Sean McVay, boy genius.
Like, I know we talk about it, but I think this really bothers a lot of guys. Did you ever just think about canceling the protest?
I do. That's what I'm looking at right now.
I know we need to get shit done.
Young Bucks in the Golden Lovers match on YouTube. It was a strong style PPV, 17-minute highlights, arguably the best match I've ever seen. Really? Okay. I'm on it, man.
So think about it for a little while.
I might get the AEW pay-per-view this Saturday.
Like that, it can be hard to think of anything else.
Better than Hangman Page and Kenny Omega and versus the Young Bucks?
Is left with questions. Among them, how to get his team ready for the season with the world on fire.
Yeah, but the thing is, Nola, it's a business.
Challenges.
You know what I mean? It's about money. It's a business.
Shooting a black man in the back 7 times.
Sometimes you can't keep your best players or favorite players on your roster.
An even keel when the country seems to be spinning out of control.
We are learning new details tonight about what led up to.
Hope they show some NFL footage.
Which has sparked a third night of
I was really wanting to see some routes and kind of getting some, player activity. I mean, I don't mind watching the important part of our American society with things that happen in the community, but give me some highlights, baby. I'm itching for highlights.
Outrage and anger have only grown in the days following the shooting. Now, both coaches
Yeah, I saw that, Lenny D.
are in the rhythm of training camp.
Hey, guy, Raiders. Sorry about Tyrell Williams, my guy.
They were doing
One less weapon, but that means that Renfro will step up, my guy. So, I mean, at least you have someone that can really next man up mentality. Waller's there, Renfro's there, Josh Jacobs is a stud. It would have been more detrimental having it being Josh Jacobs. So, yeah. And I like Renfro a lot. I really, really do. He could step up. I could see Renfro getting over 5 touchdowns this season. Facts. Oh, I'm not. I'm good.
Oh, great job with the flipper left technique. Gets his hand off. Angle.
Odin's child, my boy.
Oh, Mike Williams. Mike Williams is known to be one of the best 50-50 guys in the game today. Maybe one of the best to do it over the last 15 or 20 years.
Mike Williams, one-on-one. Facts. Tough to guard. Here we go. Give me some highlights, baby. Give me some swearing and give me some fucking highlights, baby.
We was doing something when I was like, hey, Mike, let me get him gloves. Put them bitches on.
HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles, Episode 4, live stream watch party with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Love me some Keenan Allen. It's unstoppable.
Wide receiver Mike Williams' skill set fits the Chargers' offense
Good hands,
like a glove,
good footwork, goes up at the high point to get the football.
which makes him a big target.
I would take him on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's facts.
4X hands in EBR.
And he's got ups, which makes him the team's most dangerous deep threat.
Yeah. I mean, it's a part of what's going on, though, guy. You know what I mean? But once we get into NFL, you know, you might get some of the big networks talking about the political stuff or whatever. But, you know, on here, it's all sports, baby.
That ball's got to be driven on the line, 45 yards to Mike. Get your guys going, coaches. You got Mike. Come on now. Come on now. All right.
You're going to be a sad homie, Nola, when you see Tampa Bay doing better than your Saints. Your time is up, my guy. Time is up. The changing of the guard is happening in front of your very eyes. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby, we're coming.
Shit. He's laying. Fuck me. I gotta go.
Even Saints fans don't necessarily think, I mean, if you really think that you're going to go to the Super Bowl and win, it ain't happening, my guy. You probably won't even get to the NFC Championship game. Too much pressure. You guys nut up when it counts. When it counts and you guys need first downs, touchdowns, big plays, wins, you freeze up. You freeze up, my guy. Saints' time and their window is past. There's a lot of other teams in the NFC battling that are going to be fighting for position. They can still make an NFC Championship game, but I don't know if it'll be this year. You'll see. Who knows more about football, my guy? Look at the rosters. You can be in love with your team, but you got to watch the film. You got to watch the other teams that are around you. I'm telling you. We're coming. Odin Child, bang, $10. Kansas City Chiefs. Now, that's a real football team. That's fire. The rings are fire. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Veach, the champs. That's a real football team, my guy. You know more? You know more than me, Nola? Oh, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, my guy. Changing of the guard is coming. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we're coming, baby. But regardless, if Tampa Bay, the Saints, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Niners, no one's beating the Chiefs. And if the Ravens go, probably no one's going to beat the Ravens either. So you're arguing for second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. There's only one champ. If he ain't first, you're last, like Ricky Bobby would say. Talladega Nights, you feel me? Whoever the NFC representative is, they ain't beating the Chiefs.
For a few weeks. A tough break.
And if the Ravens get there, you might not be able to beat them either. Anybody, including my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even if we overachieved and got there.
Justin Herbert could use the help.
Yeah, but the thing is, I watch film, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to just be in love with your team and a hater on all the rest, you know, you have to understand how the team is built, the play calling, the film study, you know, who they have on their roster. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs, it's not giving them too much credit. They are the new dynasty. Yeah, Lamar ain't Drew Brees. He's better. Drew's on the way out, bro. Drew's on the way out. Drew ain't the same Drew from years past, my guy. That's like being in tunnel vision, my guy. The Kansas City Chiefs are the new New England Patriots. Except no cheating. That's facts. Plus, I've been watching football, Nola, before you were born, my guy. Come on, man. I've been watching since '85. You're hardcore for your Saints, but I'm hardcore for all 32 teams. You feel me? I got the film study on you there. All right, Herbert. He needs to work on being more of a vocal leader, being under center. It's going to take him some time to get acclimated. But once he does, he's going to be a nice piece for the Chargers moving forward. Might take him a year, but I'm excited to see his progression. Brady's going to play better than Breeze this year. Old man Brady's going to mop the floor with old man Breeze. Breeze is old as shit too. Breeze is 40. You know what I mean? You're acting like Breeze is like 23 and Brady's 43. Come on, man. Come on, man. Man. Making me laugh, my guy.
We didn't break his spirit, then I think that's an opportunity for great growth.
That was a good day's work. Felt good, right? Yeah. Better.
We coming.
Get better every day. And that's just actually improve each day. It's still like just so much.
I got to, man. My team's legit now. My team's legit, man. You know, I haven't had a good team since 2007. You know, but now this team that I got, we're not okay. We're solid. Like we're definitely one of the best teams in the NFC. Period. This year and next year.
Awesome. I am too. I'm living the dream. Sunny California.
Don't pull through. Good job, Van. Just be smart.
Ooh, Van Jefferson. Now this guy, get him in fantasy football. I love this player. One of the best players in the NFL. He's going to be a top 10 breakout player. I love me some Van Jefferson. He's going to surprise a lot of people out of all the rookies that got drafted this season. Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs from the Raiders. He's nice. Very, very underrated. Shit, I'm never nervous, my guy. If we get to the dance, we're going to end up doing big things. We don't nut up under pressure. We ain't the Saints. Come on, man. All the pressure on you, homie. No pressure on the Bucks. We're going to be loose. We're going to have a great season. Time's running out for y'all. I'm just getting started. Look at Van Jefferson. You like Finn, Lenny D? I'm a Kenny Omega guy, personally. That's my guy.
That's excellent. That's a great route right there. Nice job.
Ooh, Van, I can't wait. Super sleeper. Especially if Cooper Kupp goes down with any kind of injury. No more Brandon Cooks, no problem.
Good job right there.
How many Super Bowls you got, Nola? You guys got one, right? And you guys cheated to get it. That's when you want to really bring out the facts, my guy. You guys cheated to get it when you guys had the bounty gate with Brett Favre, right? Your team wasn't as good as my team in 2002. I had a top 3 defense of all time, and I beat the brakes off the Raiders. I didn't have to cheat to get there. If you really want to go fact for fact, tit for tat, my guy, your team has been so good, you guys should have 4 or 5 rings by now, but you got 1. I've gone 1 time, and I got mine, and I dominated. Facts. Underachiever. Nah, Saints. Just saying. It's the facts. You guys have some chances, but you're running out. You guys are running on E, my guy. Not too many more years left. Then you guys are going to have to retool and rebuild, and it ain't going to be with Jameis Winston. All right, Juju Hughes. Said the originator of the Bullet Club.
Who was on the backside? That's why he like, what receiver was on the backside?
Encouraging how our defense is looking. It really is. I said all I want is outstanding defense and
Jared Goff and the Goffense.
Improving their defense.
So good 2 years ago in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, but then the offensive line got depleted. No more Todd Gurley. Horrible season last year, but I think he'll be better this season, especially with a guy like Van Jefferson. That's really going to help bail them out in a lot of first downs, a lot of tough third downs. Cam Akers is going to be huge too.
Hey, Josh, come on in, man. How's it going? How's it going? Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh. This looks like a cut.
Hey, so we're going to let you go today.
I'm never nervous, my guy. You know who you're talking with? This is Northwest Sports Fanatics, my guy. Never nervous. Never.
These conversations are
I don't blow opportunities. I take advantage of them.
If there's any year that there's uncertainty and you never know when you'll get an opportunity, whether it's back here or with somebody else, I know you'll be ready for whenever that happens.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, wish you nothing but the best, Josh. Thanks.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Another team that's going to be contending this season in the NFC.
The Rams are bringing in.
It's going to be really exciting. We just got to get that injury bug under control, my guy.
The second cut will come from the bottom of the defensive depth chart.
Fucking no one's scared. Come on, man.
Game of football, man. It's the greatest thing ever, huh? Oh, it's unbelievable.
We got more matchup nightmares than y'all. No one's scared of Lattimore. Nobody. Ask anybody in the room if they're scared of Lattimore. None. Nobody.
Play through nicks and bruises, man. That's for sure. I'm stiffer than a board right now. Oscar!
Yeah, he's great. Best wide receiver in the game. But you're going to need more than that.
Let's see what happens.
Got to get rid of all these distractions.
Clay Johnson with the PBU.
And whether Saints fans want to admit it or not, the competition is going to be a lot harder this season than any other season in the last 3 or 4. It's not going to be easy to be able to make a deep run in the playoffs. Lots of competition.
Get hydrogen 2 action 1. In the left leg.
Show me some Cam Akers. I haven't got enough Cam Akers at all.
That's how stiff and heavy they feel.
Oh, Trey Holiday says Kamara's gone. AK-41. I take him on the Bucks.
It's the little things that really piss me off. What the fuck were we in there? Okay, we don't.
But they couldn't afford to get rid of a guy like AK-41. You get rid of AK-41, you go down to a 9-7 team.
That really pisses me off.
I don't see that happening. Too valuable to that roster. Too valuable to that team. You're not going to be able to get it done with Latavius Murray. Now, if Mark Ingram was still there, then you could still survive. But he's not, so.
We're better than that. Let's go.
Oh, of course you would, Optimus Prime. That's facts. You should have had Taysom Hill be quarterback at the end of that game, and I think you guys would have won. I mean, like I said, I picked you guys to make a deep run to the NFC Championship game in the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys would have been able to beat the Chiefs. I don't think anyone would have beaten them, right? But I thought that you guys would have definitely got further. There's no excuse to lose to the Vikings. You know, that was a game that you should have won, period. But at least you guys have made the adjustments for the problems that they had in the last couple years with the O-line. So,
I've enjoyed being around you.
but Taysom Hill was quarterback at the end. Better play calling by Coach Payton. You definitely have been able to go a lot farther these last 3 years. Like I said, you got to give some criticism to Payton. Everyone loves Coach Payton. I do too. I respect the hell out of him. But he's lost a lot of those games for y'all deep in the playoffs. Separates the men from the boys in the play calling and making those tough decisions. How many rings Brady got? How many rings Drew got? Come on, man. I mean, Peyton Manning ain't in the game anymore, and he's the smartest quarterback of all time, arguably. It's all about smart decisions.
Thank you, man. Coach Barry, I want to talk to you too, so appreciate it, Brian. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, I love me some Taysom Hill. Swiss Army knife. This is a rough part about watching Hard Knocks, seeing these guys get cut, and hopefully that they can find an opportunity to get on another team. But a lot of times now, with COVID and coronavirus, there's not a lot of opportunities. They're not going to keep the roster as big as they normally do. And the fucking Derwin James injury, that's just brutal. Yeah, I got my ring. I didn't have to cheat to get mine, my guy. I don't need to out shit talk you, man. I got more knowledge than you, my guy. Come on now. You ain't gonna ever be on this level right here. You got the rap game on lock, but I got NFL on lock. You're not gonna be able to penetrate this, my guy. 1985. It's never gonna happen. Too much film in that brain. Too much stats. Bounty gate.
Enough to win a job. Then a couple of Super Bowls.
Not really, Optimus. 7-9 with a booty ass Jameis Winston with 30 interceptions. They were only a couple games away from making the playoffs. They didn't really have that bad of a year.
And to make sure
A bad year is 4 wins or less.
Lynn has the perfect test.
Lenny D was going to give you the business too, my guy. I think that could be possible. Trey, I'm thinking about 10 to 12 wins is where I'm picturing they're going to be this season. It's just exciting to be able to have a team that's going to have a good opportunity to get in the dance. And even if we only had 6 teams, not 7, I still think that we would have a great shot to get in. Uh-oh. Oh. So next guy, he ain't no Austin Eckler. Said no, a bad year is being the Bengals in 2019 or being the Jags this season. But if you get Dabo Sweeney and Trevor Lawrence as a new head coach and a new QB, I would take that as a Jags fan. Lose every game this season or almost every game and get Trevor Lawrence. Yes, please, sign me up. Brady's 43, but he's still going to be a 43-year-old that's going to get to the playoffs this season and next season. And what happens if we end up going to the Super Bowl or making the NFC Championship game? Age is just a number. Breeze is 40. If Breeze ends up getting to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game, he's an old man too. But just because you're old don't mean that you can't get there. The age thing is overrated. I've seen a lot of great athletes that are 35, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, make big things happen. So, I mean, most athletes slow down dramatically, but every once in a while you'll get someone that is training their body and their mind differently. So, woo! Look at this hang time. But I don't know about Derwin James being out with the Chargers' chances, but I definitely do like the Rams' chances to make some noise. But the key is that offensive line. Yeah, never doubt the Bucs, my guy. Never. Yep. And that's the thing. I think a lot of Saints fans are overlooking the Bucs. They're overlooking the Panthers. They're overlooking every single team, the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, Niners, Seahawks. You know, it's going to be one of those things. You got to have extra focus this season, especially with coronavirus, and you're going to be able to see what teams are locked and loaded and ready to hit and what teams are going to get punched in the mouth. And there's going to be a lot of teams that might surprise people, and it might not even be the best teams that make the playoffs. It might be the teams that are the most healthy going into December. There's going to be a shitload of injuries. And if people's bodies aren't in good shape, which they're not going to be in NFL shape probably till mid-season. So, I mean, it's going to be a crapshoot. Anything can happen. And that's facts.
His love of the game came from his father. For 14 years.
But it's just exciting. You got to see where I'm coming from. You know, to have a horrible football team since 2007, right? That's the last time I made the playoffs. Now it's actually I have a chance. It's there for the opportunity. So regardless if it's old Tom Brady, that's better than Jameis Winston. So you got to put yourself in my shoes. You know, if you were a Bucs fan and you had a horrible team over the last 13 or 14 years and it never had any stability at the quarterback position, of course you're going to feel great with Tom Brady and Gronk and the pieces that they brought in. You know, I got 3 great head coaches and Leftwich Bowles and Bruce Arians, BA. So, I mean, confidence is high in Tampa. And it's not like we're saying we're going to go to the playoffs and we're going to win. We're going to go to the NFC Championship game, go to the Super Bowl and win. Of course, that's the goal for every team. But, you know, expectations are high, especially when Brady's there. And that's what it's about, changing the perception of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers instead of having the season be over in October where we can actually make some noise. That's all I've ever wanted, just to make some noise. You know, be respectable, you know. Big Chiefer says Bucs making the NFC Championship game. In my opinion, I think they have a shot. I really do, especially with 7 teams going in. I think we're really going to surprise a lot of people. Devin White is going to be one of the biggest superstars in the league. People already know about Levante David a little, but Devin White is really going to start showing out. And you're going to see, you know, everyone knows JPP and Sue and Shaq Barrett, but not a lot of people know about my guy Levante David and Devin White at linebacker. So I'm excited. All right, man. You'll be the one crying, my guy. Anyone that thinks the Bucks are going 7-9 and 8-8 is silly. So keep talking all that trash. But like I said, you guys had your shot to be able to beat up on all the teams and to be able to win those Super Bowls, and you're still sitting at 1. So all the pressure's on the Saints, no pressure on the Bucks. We're going to be loose. Certain teams are going to be very, very loose and have a lot of fun this season. I think the Packers are going to play loose. Tampa Bay is going to be very loose. The Giants are going to play loose. The Cardinals. So no pressure. Just go out there and have fun. All right, here we go. Okay. I love it. I love the intensity. Especially me being a linebacker guy and being an offensive lineman kind of guy. Love it. So the Eagles about to put the dog mask on again. It's going to be so exciting, man, this season for the NFC. It's going to be so close. And it's a lot of unknown factors, too. But the main reason why I like the chances of a lot of these bubble teams and lower teams, because if you're not going to have fans there goes the advantage for the Saints in the Dome. There goes the advantage for the Seahawks and the 12th man in Seattle. I mean, those are really big advantages, whether Goodell wants to admit it or not. If you don't have fans in the Dome and you don't have fans in Seattle, there's going to be games that normally the Saints would win or be closer where they may lose or possibly get blown out because of not having that fan support. It's a big thing. Emotion is huge in sports, as we know. It's going to make a difference. Huge difference this season.
Keep working, man. You making us.
Patty. He said, I used to be a Rams fan, but I saw that logo, switch to the Ravens. Love me some Ravens football, and they're going to be really fun to watch.
People that look after you, watching over you.
Now, there'll be some teams are having fans week 1. The Chiefs are, and the Texans next Thursday. 22% capacity. I mean, and as much as we want to argue and fight and talk shit back and forth, as far as NFC fans, a lot of us that, are part of the Northwest Sports Fanatics, it's going to be really tough to compete with the Chiefs and the Ravens, telling you. And then you're going to get teams like Pittsburgh, Buffalo, the Titans. I just don't know if I really see an NFC team winning a championship anytime soon.
Even one bad practice.
Slackers in the building. What to do?
Time for the rook to rock.
Mike McCarthy's Cowboys night. For real. Will Ravens be better without their safety? Of course not, Jomo. That's gonna hurt them desperately, whether they want to admit it or not. It's going to be really tough for them. I mean, they have an easy schedule. They could still go 14-2 and 15-1, but Marlon Humphrey's a stud. You got Calais Campbell. You got Derek Wolfe. But I think there's going to be other teams. It also depends on where Fournette falls. If Fournette falls to like the Steelers, they already got a great defense. Juju, James Conner, Fournette, Big Ben, Deontay, Johnson. I like the Steelers as being kind of that surprise team that could make an AFC championship game and, kind of like back when Brady and Big Ben were playing. That was really one of the only teams that could compete back then was the Steelers every 2 to 3 years. Not every year, but every couple years. They would build a roster big enough. So we'll see. But the Chiefs, to me, are the best team by far, and I would be shocked if anyone wins. No one's beating the Chiefs. They're going to go back-to-back. I mean, we'll see, a lot of – unless there's a serious injury with Mahomes or their roster has a lot of pieces get banged up. But if they don't and they stay relatively healthy, I don't see anybody beating the Chiefs. They're that good. They are the new dynasty.
with this young guy. Step
They got depth all over, and they re-signed everybody. Like 20 out of 22 starters, and you bring in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, it's not even fair. And you got Bieniemy, one of the best play callers in the business. So, and even though the Chiefs have played them, on their turf most of the time, they're going to have to go to Baltimore. I think the Chiefs don't fear anybody. I mean, if you got Mahomes, I mean, this is like a modern day Brady, Joe Montana, John Elway, Peyton Manning. I mean, like I said, I think that he could go down in history as the best quarterback of all time. He's going to be on Mount Rushmore when it's all said and done with Peyton Manning and Brady and all the greats. You're going to see Mahomes on Mount Rushmore. That's facts. He's that good. Chiefs are the best team in football, and I can see them winning many, many Super Bowls. They're the new dynasty. I am. I know you're Raiders, but I mean, you got to think I'm not biased. I'm a Bucs fan, but it's just film study, looking at roster, coaching staff. You know what I mean? Every single factor of who they kept, who they lost, draft picks. The depth, the O-line coach, strength and conditioning. You got to think, I do more film study than anybody. I mean, I break down all 32 teams on this channel. And I haven't felt this confident about a roster and a team in a long time. The only team that's going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs is the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like when the Warriors were on their run with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond. The only team that could have beat the Warriors is the Warriors, and it was the injuries. And then they ended up getting KD. I feel the same kind of thing, except I feel the Chiefs are more long-term, more loyalty, and they're stronger. They don't need a Kevin Durant to come in on the Chiefs. They already got their pieces there. So, never nervous, my guy. Come on, A-Guy. Do you really think that in Patrick Mahomes in the next 5 years they're not going to win again? Of course they are. You know they are. Even in being a Raiders fan, you know it. Facts. And I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Remember, this isn't a Tampa Bay Buccaneer channel. This is a channel for all 32 teams with no bias. Just looking straight. Facts right down the middle. Yeah, but what kind of effort did they have to get? And they had to get it from one of the best of all time in LeBron, right? And the main reason that the Cavs won that series is why? Is because Draymond got suspended. If Draymond didn't get suspended, do you really think that the Cavs would have won that series? Probably not, realistically. Just spitting facts. Anthony Lynn. See, I'm not sure if I'm really sold on Anthony Lynn as the head coach. He seems more of a coordinator type to me. I like him, but I'm not sure if he's the guy to be able to lead them to the promised land. It's like he might be the guy before the guy that gets you there. I really like their defense and I like their roster, but with Derwin James being out, that might have ended their chances of really making a deep run. Because they never were going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC West. They were going to compete with the Raiders and Broncos, but no Derwin James. It's going to be tough. The Padres? I still think Dodgers, Yankees, personally. Those are the teams that I feel that, you're getting certain teams that have good depth and they're getting hot and, winning a lot of games and hitting grand slams game after game after game, and Padres making moves and some of these lower teams making moves. But still think Dodgers and Yankees to me personally. Oh, I'm definitely doing the stream for Chiefs-Texans. And I talked to Marcus yesterday and a little bit today, so he's gonna come through. So I'm gonna get the scoreboard. I already got the thumbnail ready. Scoreboard's ready, so he'll be coming through. I hope he stays for the whole game. He'll stay for at least the first half, but hopefully he stays for the full game. But yeah, we'll be on for definitely the first game of the season next Thursday. Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs. Where you're gonna see the Chiefs beat the brakes off of them, but you'll see Deshaun Watson play some good football, and that's facts. I'll never cry, my guy. I'm excited, man. You got to think, for being a fan of the Buccaneers that haven't been good for 14 years, almost as old as you are, Nola. They've been bad almost as old as you are, even though you'd be turning 22. 14 years of bad football. I'm not sure how a lot of people can handle that. Mariners haven't been to the playoffs since 01. Blazers are typically average. The only thing holding me out, my Oregon Ducks, baby. And now Tampa Bay got me excited for the next couple years. It's going to be fun. I haven't anticipated football as much as this year in a long, long time. Even regardless of Brady and Gronk, just everything that's been going on with coronavirus, it's nice to be able to be like, all right, fuck, man, I can't wait for football. And I just wish that the Pac-12 and the Big Ten were playing so I could watch Ohio State and Michigan and Wisconsin and Oregon and USC. I just love watching college football, and that's why the knowledge is so strong. Because I develop and watch the tape on these players before they become pro, and I watch a lot of it. Usually about 5 or 6 full games on Saturday for college football and a good 3 to 4 or 5 games on Sunday. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of DVR, and a lot of film study, but it's worth it. I mean, nothing better, nothing more entertaining than football. Facts. But I still got to root for the Dodgers to make the World Series for my dad. NBA is a little boring to me. I mean, it'll probably end up being LeBron and Giannis because that's where the money's going to be for ratings, but it's not the same since Kobe and Jordan to me. It's kind of boring to me personally. I'd rather watch AEW wrestling than watch NBA personally, but I'm a big wrestling fan, so. Yeah. Are you ready for some football? A Sunday night party. It's going to be Thursday night, though. And what a good matchup, too. Get to see the Texans and Deshaun. I mean, even though D-Hop Nuke's not there, but to see Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, 2 of the top 8 quarterbacks in the league. You could argue 2 of the top 5, top 6. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And even if the Texans lose by 10 or 15 or 20, they're going to put up points. They'll put up something with Watson. Well, there we go. Cooper Kupp, love him from the Northwest. D-Rose, yeah. I always root for him. And then he put up that 50-point game couple years ago, last year or the year before. Oh yeah, baby. I got the T-shirt, I got the hoodie. It's my thing, man. Love me some AEW.
That's the hardest part. Where do you start? Where is it?
All AEW, all day, all night. NFL, college football, AEW. And maybe I'll get back to watching a little bit more of WWE once the fans come back.
Is it education? Is it about raising people up? Or is it about dealing with the people that are in power right now?
Jared Goff. And the Goffense. I'm interested to see what he looks like this season. He's definitely not top 10, but maybe he'll play like a top 10 quarterback a few times this season, especially with Van Jefferson. WWE's trying to get better, but it's not on the same level as AEW to me personally.
But it's the individuals who, whether through the police policies,
Nola. To be young like you, my guy.
Then the cats people say solid about because they have money. People scared people have money. But ultimately, we're talking about what affects the black community. It's institutional stuff. I hope y'all understand the environment that's been created.
Bro, I was playing video games before you were even born. I was playing fucking Atari 2600. You don't even know what that is, my guy. Come on, Nola. You're 21, going to be 22, bro. I've been playing Atari 2600. Freaking NES 8-bit Super Mario before you were even born, my guy. I was playing Madden when Madden first started. Madden 92, 93, 94, 95. Come on, my guy.
It is not who I am, who what I represent, ultimately. I want you guys to have the same exact mindset and get better fucking playing football.
I ain't hyping myself up, man. I'm just putting some Saints fans in their place. You feel me? You can be confident, but don't be too overconfident because you're going to have a maybe not so great year. You don't want that disappointment again, do you? Got to be humble, my guy. Eat some of that humble pie. Especially with the competition in the NFC this year. And a lot of unknowns. No fans. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a huge factor.
We behind closed doors talk about shit. and then publicly you don't do a damn thing.
Well, obviously not being humble, how has that happened and how has that worked out for you guys the last 3 years?
Your national team
Not too good.
is the fight is worth having.
Chargers, team scrimmage, finally.
Again, it's going to be a scrimmage at SoFi Stadium, their new home. Certainly a
Beautiful stadium.
marvel, I think, is a perfectly apt description.
Definitely want to go visit there. I want to go visit Las Vegas and the Raiders and their stadium as well. Especially when you get a new building. It's just insanity. All the new amenities and everything. Uh-oh. Slacker says Nola going to be humbled by week 4. Oh, maybe. Especially if you don't get this AK shit taken care of. Telling you.
This is the Chargers' first time in their new stadium. They were supposed to scrimmage. Yet there's a growing feeling that perhaps today,
Man, beautiful stadium.
but rather conversation.
Well, shit looks good in here, finish. Yeah, that's what I want right there.
God, let's get some football going, my guys. Ready for this.
So you see the quote there, and that is Tetra Weidman's quote. I'm not sad, I don't want your pity, I want change. That is the sister of Jacob Blake. And certainly,
Yeah, but there's a difference, Nola.
has been
Cockiness and confidence. You can be confident, but when you get on that borderline cocky with some of the Saints fans, sometimes it don't work for you. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to win, right? But you can't bring down all the other people that are around you.
have been canceled, and discussions being had on this roster about how these events and how this schedule is going to unfold today.
And whether that they want to admit it or not, Saints fans, they know other teams are coming. It ain't going to be easy, or as easy as it was years past. It's definitely going to be a lot harder of a journey. Saints fans don't even think they're going to the bowl this year. Come on, Nola. They don't even think they're going to go to the bowl. Come on, man. He said, except the Falcons. Wouldn't it be crazy if they end up being great this season? I mean, that might be like the biggest shocker or surprise out of anybody in the NFC if the Falcons end up having an amazing year. But you never know. Todd Gurley turns into old TG 400. Julio plays great. Calvin Ridley's going to play great. That's facts. Just don't think they got the defense and the rest of the squad really to put it together. But that's a great thing about the NFL and football. You just never know. And it's so competitive. So Cowboys. I actually like the Giants more than the Cowboys. I really do. I mean, like I said, I had the Eagles at the top before all these injuries started happening. I don't like Mike McCarthy as a head coach. I love CeeDee Lamb, and I love certain pieces on the team. DeMarcus Lawrence, Leighton Vander Esch. I mean, some of those guys, Zeke. Yum, 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 yum. I love him eating. Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, like those guys. But just don't know if they're going to be able to put it together this season. I have a little bit more confidence in the New York Football Giants with their new head coach. I really like the way that they're trending upwards. Anything is possible in the NFC East. The New York Football Giants could win that division, as crazy as that sounds. But I said that months ago. And that was even before Logan Ryan got picked up. And just imagine if Clowney gets picked up there too. Then it's really going to open some eyebrows and open some eyes. But I'm hoping that the Giants and the Cardinals and the Rams and the Lions are decent this season. It's always fun to be able to see the bottom teams like Tampa Bay usually, and those bottom teams, Detroit, Cardinals, Rams, you know. Maybe not the Falcons so much, but I like seeing the bad teams be good again. It's fun, you know. I'm not really so up on the Browns, but I would love to see the Browns have some success. You know, them and Tampa Bay have been really at the bottom for a long, long time. So we're due to actually have some, you know, good seasons to be respectable again. So, Lenny D. HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles, Episode 4, a live stream watch party with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. You can follow us at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So what do you guys think about these two teams? Do you think either one has a shot to make that last spot for a wild card? Is there any possibility that either one of these teams has a little glimmer of hope? Chargers, I felt like they did with maybe Denver with Derwin James being healthy, but now just don't know. Because even though Justin Herbert is part of the O, it's going to take him time. You know, I'm no dummy. I know it's going to take him time to learn being a vocal leader, being under center, and having to learn the NFL game from Tyrod Taylor. So I think that Derwin James might have just been the nail in the coffin for them. So they might have to wait till next year. But for the Rams, there's a little bit of hope there. Van Jefferson, Cam Akers. I'm not really big on Goff and the Goffense, but I do like Cooper Kupp. I love Aaron Donald, Ramsey. They have some of the pieces of the equation, but I'm not sure if they got enough of the pieces. And that's facts. NFC is stacked. That's why it's so fun. Rams has a chance. Maybe. But I think a lot of teams and a lot of fans like the Cardinals more, just of, Kyler Murray, second year. I think I might like the Giants and the Cardinals a little bit more, and we got to see what the Lions do this season too. I love those bottom teams, third place teams, because you're always going to have some of those leapfrog and be a little bit better. You think Rams are going to repeat like last year? They ended up 9-7 though. That might be good enough to actually get in as the last wild card team this season. I mean, we never know. But the Chargers, I don't know. What are they going to go? 7-9, 8-8. I mean, if they go anything above 8-8, I think a lot of people would be surprised. Unless I guess Justin Herbert gets in there by like week 4 and just kills it. But I don't know if I'm going to feel that confident in him this early. It's going to be tough sledding for him and Burrow and Cincinnati and Tua. Man, we're getting close. Next week, Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs. Can't wait. And then once college football really gets ramped up, I'll be doing a lot of reaction videos and live streams for that too. So.
Supposed to get underway in about an hour or so. Coach Lynn joining us right now.
Yeah, the guys that talk about the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Skip Bayless. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, especially when they were 0-5 in games from 7 points or less last season. Them and the Bengals were the worst. So, you ain't going to trigger me, Nola. No trigger in here, my guy. All the 3-13 talk and 7-9 talk. There's a reason why on Good Morning Football and NFL Network that they talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers every day. How often do they talk about the Saints this season? Hardly ever. Why is that, Nola? If they are so good and they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, then how come the quote-unquote experts aren't talking about a team like the New Orleans Saints? Explain that to me. Why are they talking about the Bucs so much? We've got a good football team. I mean, you can't deny the team on paper when you look at the talent and the head coaches that we have. The full package. Trey, do you watch it? Do you watch Good Morning Football? I watch it every day at work. I watch it every day. I haven't missed a Good Morning Football or NFL Network, Total Access, Training Camp Access. I watch that shit every day. That's like the only network that I watch. They talk about him every day. So, we still got to go out there and execute, and make the plays. But it's not like we have Jameis Winston back there. You think that I would be as confident in my Bucks with Jameis Winston back there? Fuck no. There's no playoffs if you have Jameis Winston on the team. I know, I really do like the Tampa camp videos. It's exciting to be able to see the chemistry and see how loose they are and them gelling with Gronk and Brady. They've changed the kind of the perception of Tampa Bay, and they've changed the whole atmosphere of Tampa. So even when they're gone, players are going to want to come and play with these other guys that are in Tampa like Devin White. And you're going to see Devin White might be an all-pro player with the Bosas this season. You might have Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, and you might have a guy like Devin White be an all-pro this year. He's that good. It's just a matter of if he ends up getting hurt or not. So, whole new year, whole new ball game. And I deserve it, man, for being a hardcore, loyal Seattle Mariner fan, a hardcore Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. How many of y'all could sacrifice and not be good for 20 years for your baseball team, 14 years straight for your football team for the NFL? Not many would be able to be that mentally tough to stick with it, to not switch teams or to, keep watching the games and to keep being a fan. So, what I'm saying? And it's going to mean more, for the teams when they end up being good again. Who knows how long it'll take for the Mariners to be good? Shit, it might be 50 years before they're good again. There's probably not going to be another Ken Griffey Jr. walking in the door for a long, long time. You feel me? But, it is what it is. Blazers are about average, and at least I got my Ducks, and I like what they've been doing lately. So, good episode.
Next Tuesday, don't miss the final episode.
Oh, final episode of HBO Hard Knocks. Yes! We get one more episode. Episode 5 next week. Hell yeah. I love it. I'll definitely be doing a live stream, and I'll be hopping on then. Love it.
And coming this week, don't miss the next edition of the official 2020 Hard Knocks podcast.
Yeah, baby. Peter Schrager, NFL Network.
And on October 7th, it's the premiere of Wild Card, The Downfall of a Radio Loudmouth, a documentary on the astonishing collapse of radio shock jock Craig Carton.
Uh-oh.
Who lost everything as a result of a high-stakes gambling addiction.
Ooh, high-stakes gambling addiction.
Brian Flores isn't ready to commit
Oh, NFL Network. Dolphins training camp. Love it. Let's get some Tua. It's going to be good. So just quickly to go over some headlines as this show has ended, because I just wanted to hop on just while the show was going on. So obviously, as we know with the news, not a whole lot of big news. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs ended up getting their Super Bowl rings. Have you seen them on Twitter? Some of the nicest Super Bowl rings that I've seen in a long, long time. So it's exciting. Mixon got his $48 million extension for the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow needs his right-hand man, so he's got him there. Tyrell Williams for the Raiders. Season-ending injury reserve on IR. It's just really sad. I didn't really want to see Tyrell go out this early, but I mean, it's one of those things that happens. Leonard Fournette has not been picked up by a football team, and the big news was the AK-41, Alvin Kamara. We're going to have to see if he gets traded. He wants the money, so it might not be a distraction right now as we're going in, to game 1 in the Dome against Tampa Bay. But this is not something that's going to go away. So even though they want to keep a player like this, and they may want to get like a first-round, second-round pick for him, at some point, if he doesn't get the money from the Saints, he is going to be traded, or it's a business, or he'll end up going to a different team. It may not be this season, right? But it may be next year. I mean, there's going to be a lot of great running backs available next season. There's going to be like 15 of them. So it is a good possibility that some of these players are going to be switching teams. And who knows where certain guys are going to fall. Does AK-41 deserve the money? Of course he does. He might not be the number 1 running back in the NFL, but he definitely has shown that when healthy, he is one of the top guys back there at the running back position, and that's facts. But I think that, to me personally, I don't know if he's been the same guy since Mark Ingram has left. That's when they were the best, when they had that 1-2 punch, and AK-41 was a third down back, and he could be rested, and then they could throw him in certain packages and situations. Now, I'm not sure if he can really hold down the bell cow role as a 3-down back. So far, he hasn't really proven that he can stay healthy, year in and year out as being the man. And you got Latavius Murray behind him. But maybe this will be a season where he does stay healthy and he can prove that he can be a Saquon, Derrick Henry, Zeke, Run CMC kind of back that can carry the load. So we'll see where it goes. But that's what's going on in the season. NFL Network's on right now. Joe Judge. I'm excited. We're very close. So next Tuesday, we have the last episode of Hard Knocks, episode 5. I will be there. I will have plenty of shit talking, plenty of NFL coverage. I'm going to end up doing some more reaction videos. I'm going to end up doing some more live streams. I'm going to be pumping out as much material. Marcus will be here for Game 1, Chiefs, Texans, next Thursday. So circle it on your calendar. I'll be doing a reminder, earlier that Thursday or Wednesday, making sure everyone's going to be popping in the room. It's going to be a lot of fun. But your boy's grinding. I'm going to still be putting up as much content as possible. We're getting closer and closer to that 20,000 subscriber mark. So anytime that you guys can tell a friend, share the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. And we've already broken the 3 million view mark. So now the next goal is 4 million and then 5 million. But trying to get past that 20,000 subscriber mark is going to be key. We only need about 600 or 700 more subscribers. So I know we'll get that during the football season. But we definitely need your guys' help. So anybody that you guys know would be definitely greatly appreciated from the Northwest Sports Fanatics. HBO Hard Knocks Los Angeles, Episode 4, live stream watch party with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or a GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Appreciate you guys. I love you guys. The banter is always fun. The NFC is going to be a blast this season. Saints, Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Seahawks. The rivalries are as real as it gets. I can't wait. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be back probably either later tomorrow or the following day. I'm going to be able to try to get some more content out there. Like I said, I've been working pretty heavy at the warehouse, so I'm working every day, Monday through Friday, 8, 9, 10-hour days. But I still try to put out a lot of content, so you guys be safe. Take care. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'll be back very, very soon. Peace. Go Bucks!